So, the age of the specialist is dying. And if you're a creator, that's actually great news. Today we're talking about why having multiple interests isn't a weakness, but a superpower. Because every single creator gets told the same thing. Pick a niche and stick to it. We're constantly pressured to become known for just one thing. The productivity guy, the fitness girl, the tech reviewer. Having multiple creative interests is treated like a branding problem that needs to be fixed, but here's the thing though, in a market saturated with polished specialists and copycats, the creators who are going to survive are exactly those who can't be replicated by an AI. It's the multi-passionate humans with unpredictable creative combos. This shift has been happening all over the internet right before our eyes, so today we're going to talk about why specialization is a trap, the future of work for creators, and how to turn your multiple interests into a unique brand. So let's jump right in. What do you want to be when you grow up? Man, I really hated that question as a kid. Because just think about it. We're asking kids what they want to be, implying that the career they choose very, very early on, might I add, is going to become their identity forever. So we're taking kids who are multi-passionate beings by nature and forcing them to choose a very narrow path that benefits everyone other than the little human right there. The system is very broken in that sense, and the same can happen with adults, especially us creatives. Just speaking for myself here, but I know a lot of you resonate, I have a very restless mind, let's say. One that people often dismiss for being too unfocused or all over the place. Because I chose to take the unconventional path in my life. And I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, but just trying to paint a picture here. I've held a lot of job titles throughout my life. I mean, I've worked in construction, in department stores. I've had my own marketing agency for a while, was a product manager, UX designer, podcaster, sales guy. I had a clothing store that did t-shirts for sports because I have that in me. I like learning a lot of different things and experimenting with different stuff, and that has affected me a lot in work simply because I get bored and I have almost this physical need to learn something new, to do something different. But I don't think curiosity should be treated as a distraction, but as a method. Think of it as a sophisticated engine for innovation, like just a way to generate unexpected connections from different sources, offbeat solutions. So for me at least, what appears to be random sometimes is just my non-linear system for learning and to be original. It's just how me and a lot of other creators I know function. We are multi-passionate people with multiple interests, multiple stories, and the ability to do a lot of different stuff, just like humans should be. Just think about it for a second. Most of the jobs we have right now didn't exist 10 to 15 years ago. So learning a single skill and walking that same path your whole life just seems like a dumb way to stay relevant in the coming years. And we need to take into account that AI is already replacing a lot of those hyper-specialized jobs simply because that's what a robot can do the best. Follow instructions, a method, a linear, singular path. So just to give you another example, a lot of people are going through college right now and using AI to cheat on their exams or get good grades. So what they're doing really is basically cheating their own critical thinking and training AI how to replace them at the same time. And even if you're not in the AI train, if you're not studying other fields and learning different skills, you are basically doing yourself a disservice. Because as the technological, cultural, and social landscape shifts at a very high speed, the traditional figure of the deep dive specialist is losing ground. And as Robert Heinlein would very beautifully put on his book Time Enough for Love, and I quote, "A human being should be able to change a diaper, plan an invasion, butcher a hog, con a ship, design a building, write a sonnet, balance accounts, build a wall, set a bone, comfort the dying, take orders, give orders, cooperate, act alone, solve equations, analyze a new problem, pitch manure, program a computer, cook a tasty meal, fight efficiently, die gallantly. Specialization is for insects. This idea of being a polymath, of having multiple interests, has been around for a while now. I mean, just this book alone that I just quoted is from 1973. This idea was widely spread across Europe during the Renaissance era as well, in the 1300s. And later it gained a lot of popularity with the term Renaissance man, with contributions from a lot of very important people like Michelangelo and Da Vinci. Having multiple interests and skills back then was seen as a symbol of being a well-developed man. But ever since the age of the internet came around, where things got way more accessible to everyone and done for you for the most part, people have lost their interest in learning. And how that translates to creators? Well, just take a look at how many faceless YouTube channels are out there. People who are only using AI with little to no human intervention. We have got lazy as creators, using AI to basically substitute our critical and creative thinking. But I feel like, at least for some of us creatives, we are really waking up after a long slumber produced by feeling like a victim of social media and mass consumption, and realizing that having multiple interests is actually a superpower. We're seeing the rise of more adaptable hybrid creatives with the ability to connect knowledge from different fields, navigate ambiguity, and really think beyond the rigid frameworks and systems implanted by society. And even though specialists can go deep, hybrid creatives get things done. I honestly think that being a hybrid creative is the future of work and content creation, simply because you have a high level of adaptability and more freedom to bring on different information and come up with creative solutions. It allows you to learn faster, come up with different and unexpected ideas, and perhaps most importantly, reinvent yourself when the market shifts, just like what's happening right now. And if you really stop to think about it right now, for creatives, having multiple interests is no longer a branding problem. It is the brand, because you can show the other parts of yourself, the side quests, the crossovers and unexpected combinations of interests. It creates a living personal narrative where your uniqueness comes from almost being unpredictable. If you combine that with the fact that the market is very saturated right now with a bunch of polished specialists and copycats, and a more chaotic and yet intentional identity becomes the standout. You need to understand that the amount of freedom you gain by pursuing your multiple passions is insane. I can basically do whatever I want because I have the skills to do so. If I want to make a video, I can. I know how to write, to shoot, to edit a video, to make a thumbnail, title, the ins and outs of social media and promoting content. If I want to launch a website, I can do that too, because I can design, I can code a little bit, I can even use no-code tools, I can manage domains, hosting, I know how that shit works. And if I need to cook a meal, to repair something, to build a wall, to make a fire, to learn a new language, you can see where I'm going with this. One of my favorite quotes of all time is that you need to learn how to close the gap between idea and execution. And for me, that's only possible because I have the multiple interests across a bunch of different things. So when I have the idea, I can go from idea to execution pretty fast. Because when you have the idea, when you have that fire in your eyes, but you can't execute, I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of being incapable of doing something. But once you learn how to take advantage of your multiple interests, your multiple skills, you can make things real. So now let me tell you how easy it is to basically turn your multiple interests into a unique narrative for your brand. I'm going to give you some examples from well-known creators and a few others as well, so you can really understand this. Okay, so you all probably know this channel, Yes Theory, right? So they're not just a travel channel. If you really stop and think about it, their channel is about finding meaning through risk, which is a beautiful combo of traveling, philosophy, and human connection. Van Eijstedt, another great example. His videos are a combination of old school filmmaking with a do-it-yourself twist and an analog aesthetic. It's like if someone filmed your grandpa's workshop with a filmmaker's eye. It's very cool. These creators didn't follow the rule book of brand building. They wrote their own, built from unexpected combinations. So let me give you a few more examples. Let's say you're into cooking, productivity, and animation. You can create a short form series of animated explainer videos where each recipe doubles as a metaphor for building habits and systems. So you can have the Pomodoro pasta, the Atomic Habits ramen, the deep work dumplings. So it's quirky, it's delicious, and it's deeply useful as well. Think of it as connecting education and entertainment for the creative, hungry mind. Another good example, let's say you're into gaming, you're into mindfulness meditation, and you're into photography. So you can create an Instagram page, for example, exploring open world games as a mindfulness tool. So each one of your posts is an in-game photo with a caption about presence, about calmness, about meditation. So you are exploring and building a brand around digital mindfulness through the lens of video game photography. So my weird combo is that I live in this duality of being highly creative but also very analytical and pragmatic. Like you can be watching a very serious business lesson and then later in that day just learn something or enjoy a video from Gox or a session of Critical Role. And I recently heard a quote from Tyler, the creator, that basically summarizes the way that I create.
That awareness thing is super important. I have a thing where I'm like, create like a child and just edit like a scientist.
And that right there, I think, summarizes pretty well the way that I create. So I know how the game works because I've been working in the marketing space for the past 12 years. So you often see me call bullshit on a lot of the mindset of like grinding 24/7 you see out there, simply because I don't believe it and I'm not here to sell you on a dream. Your dreams are your own. I'm only here to help you create structure and to dismantle the traps along the way so you can go after it. I like to think of myself as this creative rebel content strategist because I like to combine a bunch of different things. I like to combine storytelling, I like to combine RPG gaming principles, lifestyle design, a lot of systems thinking as well because of my experience. So in my content, when I create it, I do it very freely, but with storytelling and narrative tension to kind of like secretly teach you something about lifestyle design and building systems around your creativity and help you tell your story just like a brand does, but without the hustle bro, tech bro energy. Because ultimately I want you to feel like personal branding is something designable and achievable, because it is. So my challenge and practical thing for you to do right after this video is just that. I want you to write down a bunch of your interests and just try to combine them. It can be 2 different things, 3 different things, 4, like, you name it. You know your interests, you know what you like. And I think that when you do this exercise, you will soon realize that there's actually a lot of benefits to having multiple interests, multiple skills, and you also realize that it's totally fine to pursue all of them. I hope this video was helpful to you. Don't just watch it, go do something with the information you just learned. And please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave your thoughts here on the comments. This is actually super helpful for small channels like mine. And if you want to create content in the right way, avoiding burnout, you can watch this video right here because I'm going to teach you everything and I think you're going to like it. So I'll see you there. Have a great rest of your day and goodbye.